serious guy.
And did you see this thing? My little video?
What's that now?
You see my little video?
No, I didn't.
It's on this thread. But basically, I came up with a way to feel the wrist. I thought more. I don't know. Anyway, the point is this: you put your sticks down like you do. Boom, boom, boom. Get nice and loose. Get your grip. Bring it back up to the drum. Get everything nice and level, and then you take the hand you're not working on, this one for me right now, and just kind of stick it in this zone, and then now put weight here on the hand that's holding this hand up, and just let the rest of your arm just like dead, like right, and then so like this is kind of now holding your wrist, and now you can just freely wrist without moving your arm, hopefully. I mean, I feel it better like this because the way it's supposed to be relaxed, I guess, is what I'm trying to get at. Like my arm being relaxed and my elbow and my shoulder and stuff being relaxed, because everything's super relaxed right now because I'm using this hand to, like, have a point. And then now I'm just, and I was doing it a little better. There we go.
Well,
just trying to basically kill the whole arm out of it, and then just feel the wrist going. I don't know. I thought it was a useful thing, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm actually doing. So,
well, I'll comment on it. And first of all, all of that stuff goes to the heart of being a true drum nerd. Okay, you qualify. And how can any of that really be something that would be detrimental? I mean, maybe, but we could, even if it's promoting something that isn't right, we can use it to help learn and figure out what is right. I did something like that. You may have seen it. I have a student that was told he needed to perhaps, I think I'm okay saying, because he's talked about it. He's told he needs to see a doctor. One drum teacher, very good player, told him. And another one said, I'm not going to work on your left hand in matched. I'll do it traditional because you can play traditional. So he's had difficulty with his left palm down playing. And so one of the things that I did, and it really helped them too for that day, then I abandoned it because certain things stick, certain things will help at a particular moment in time. And then you discover that problem maybe it has been sorted out, so you don't need to use something remedial in that way to help. But I think I had him, you're a little bit copying me, which is really cool. You found another way to do it. I think what I did with him, I had him holding his arm up, because I don't want anything running through here. We want the hand to be free, I think. I'm doing what you're doing.
Loose. It feels pretty loose anyway.
Well, no, and it's fine. But
that feels good.
But for me, because the arm. But so I got him up here because he couldn't seem to just turn down. He couldn't just get the idea of lifting up. So I say, no, just put something under here for a minute. Come on up now. So you see, this is remedial. You could mess somebody up. They tried to turn this into the actual thing. So now we're up in the air. Here, I've lifted this construct up almost to a position where you might be throwing, and I hold it here. So it's just dangling. The arm is, and then you can really feel. Sometimes Dick Wilson would take the pad that I have over here. That if you watch my videos of Dick, it's leaning against the wall. It was the pad that he used to use to teach. It's thick rubber. It's thick rubber, And it wasn't as loud, so we could hear the student. And then another student made a beautiful pad for him. So he would leave that against the wall, but he'd bring it out sometimes and he'd hold it down low so that you'd be in this position. That'd be another way to do it. So he's got the pad. Let's try Dick Wilson. He'd have you like, I don't know, like this. So your arm is more flat, right? And you don't even need to hold it up now, perhaps, because see, now you're pointed down and you're just gonna lift it up and come down like this. Yeah, see, it's kind of obvious, right? It's kind of hanging there, and you lift it up and it wants to fall back into that position. So he'd have you do that sometimes. I had my student do this and then do that. And it seemed to work for that moment. So it's a little bit similar with regards to what you're doing. The thing is that the arm, in a sense, yeah, Dick would say, let your arms go to sleep. Kind of, right? So you picked up on that. I probably never mentioned that to you. But in reality, see, look, is my arm moving at all?
No.
Huh?
No.
Yours is.
Mine is.
Well, and it should be. Why wouldn't it?
Oh, over here. Yeah.
Well, it's countervailing. We don't lock it in. It is reacting, you know. The holistic thing. We're not made out of just wrist or arm. It's wrist and, you know, the whole thing is connected. The hip bone is connected to the what bone? Who knows? Okay, so that's another thing to take into account. There is some kind of countervalence that happens, and then if we turn up high enough, I get a little alarm. I want to come up. I'm not going to hold this thing down and try to. It's locked in. No. So at some point, the arm does become, especially in the left, for the left to get up to the height in traditional, for the left to get up here, okay. The left is different. So the arm gets more involved to get to this height. Has to. Also the fingers open up. That's where Murray Spivack in his videos like this, right? So, I want to be careful of how we talk about the arm. But I like that you're playing with, and I like your little height kind of. It monitors it makes it possible for you to monitor your height of turn to some extent. So that's kind of clever.
Yeah, on the playback is what I'm thinking. So I don't know how well but I got that marked off every inch or so. So it's colored kind of like a runway would be colored. So you kind of can tell, or a map, however you want to think about it. But you got 1 inch here, ½ inch is actually kind of here, 1 inch, and then 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, 5 inch, 6 inch, and then 7's up at the top there. So this is 7 inches basically off the pad.
Right, but and what that might do, that would be, again, we're going to look for the positives and the negatives involved in some of these ideas. But if we're trying to turn up higher, then what do you do? So it's only good. So is that going to have you thinking, oh, I only need to turn this high? Don't let that happen. We need a full range of motion. So you might need a longer measuring stick there, right? And
yeah,
now be coming up here somewhere. I don't know, but it's cool.
You know how you're talking kind of with another student about like stopping points, like or whatever, and like it's like in the zone right here where this is. I mean, this is almost when it's above. When you're above that, I can't actually see my angle, but this to me looks like I'm above this line up at the top. And if it's kind of like the next stop up, I'd almost think was almost going to be full anyway. I probably wouldn't get much. So in other words, what I'm trying to get at is I feel like after I go to here, the next thing would be pretty much hopefully getting all the way up, and I shouldn't need it.
No.
Knock it right off. Don't even need it.
No, you do. It's cool. But again, how many iterations of height the turn are there?
Infinite.
That's what I'm talking about. So it doesn't go tick 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 tick.
Yeah.
Whoop. No, it goes tick 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 all the way up. So you're right. An infinite number probably. It's a little weird to think about it in those terms, but yeah. Now, is there any way you can straighten yourself out so that you're facing me a little more directly? That is that's as important as any of this stuff. Yeah.
Or can I move the camera a little bit more?
Try to be as lined up as possible. So we're in the same room and I'm in front of you and can really see. Now just give me, I need a little bit more of the right side. I want to be able to see equally on either side. So your left elbow is just a slightly bit cut off. So if you just give me an inch more of your left side over here, see? So that when you go to do your modified molar, I'll be able to say, don't do that. Right?
My more shot now. That
looks good. Now this idea of fingers that we're talking about earlier. Now my pad's out of position. But if we're trying to get rebounds and we want to go da 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 da. See? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. See all those rebounds for free? I just have to turn once. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get 4 notes. I don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot. See, fingers for me is more work. Not that it's not correct. As I showed you, Dick Wilson worked on fingers. Louis Belson worked like a dog on fingers, really bad. And as Richard's lessons indicate, he would go from you turn and then you start to pull. So this technique is more all-encompassing than perhaps some people realize. Okay, but for me, the idea of just turning once and getting multiple rebounds, I find that there's a lot of efficiency in that, and it's less work. I don't have to turn every time either. That's the other way you can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, you just go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Yeah. So you're not going 1, 2, 3, 4. You're not going 1, 2, 3, 4. You just go clunk. And when you get the number of rebounds you want, you come back to the floor. Okay. And if you watch, I sent you that Vinny and the Carlos video, right? Of the way they navigate the drum set. This idea of needing to use fingers so you can go over here and do this. Well, first of all, what's wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with that. Right? This isn't a religion. But when you watch Vinny and Carlos, do they look uncomfortable behind the kit? I think it was Dick Wilson that said this is the hippest way to play drum set, this technique. Chad Wackerman talks about that because these motions, they can take you wherever you want to go. Now when you watch Vinny play, he spends a lot of time. I've watched him on gigs where he'll spend a lot of time on ride cymbals over here. Who's that wonderful, unbelievable lady bass player? The young lady, I can't quite think of her name. I watched him with her play Odd Times. John Beasley on piano. I have my record. Awesome, right? And when he's in this position over here, playing the ride cymbal, I find this uncomfortable. Try this. Go, yeah, go over here. Oh, ways over, like you have a symbol. Oh, way over here. Yeah, right up. Yeah, well, no, over behind, right next to your shoulder, unless there's something in the way. See, you just go over. See, that starts to, for me, staying in palm down. That feels a little stretched. You know, so this feels more comfortable being in French, right? This feels a little uncomfortable way over here. So Vinny would be in French over here. See, now we're in French. Vinny spent some time playing upside down. Now what are you gonna do? but he's using the Spivack principles of up to come down. He finds the fulcrum upside down. He doesn't abandon the overarching principles of what Marie was talking about. Okay? Yeah. So let's take a look at singles. Let's just revisit because you were getting that Spivack singles exercise together, right?
Absolutely.
Let's see. Right here. Okay. So remember, isn't it Louis Armstrong that said, if it sounds right, it is right. Okay. So if we have the metronome, I had you at 40, right? A nice relaxed number. One of the things that I have to figure out with you is I feel as though, and I'm not sure what that is. You always you have a look. Yeah, you'll notice, once again, I'm not trying to impose some intellectual concept onto what is supposed to be natural, right? So I want to find out what's natural. If I'm just hanging here, what does this look like here? See, mine looks a little different than yours. This area here just ever so slightly goes, if the arm is going this way, then this area of the arm is going like this. She's weird. The arm is going like this. And then when it gets here, it heads towards my body a little bit. Notice it heads towards, the arm is going here, and this part of the hand is going here. This part of the hand is heading that way. This part of the arm is heading this way. But for you, I should say this part of the hand is heading this way. But for you, you've got this all lined up. This hand contour is like completely lined up with your arm. That's uncomfortable to me. Yeah, I want to be what? I want to be what's natural. So I'm not going to impose something. Just let your arm hang and find out what that would feel like. Let the stick hang, right? You can see down here. Look at the way it looks, just hanging. It doesn't look like this, does it? That's how yours looks, completely straight along here. I'd have to hold that together. If I relax it, it just falls into place. Right? And then I bring it up, and I have this look. More like that. Yeah, you want to do this. You've got something in your head, something about this. Don't do that. Say, look, that looks much better. Yeah, just let it be much better. You need to pay attention to that, because eventually we're going to have to cure that. But you just cured it. So if you can keep your head on that, right? Recognize the importance of that. Now, that's going to be a big deal. Yeah. Don't go twisting. Anything imposed on what's natural is an imposition. Okay. Boy, my mother, who's an English lit major, I don't know. Sorry, Mom. Okay, here we go at 40. She was also a modern dancer, I will throw in, and danced with Martha Graham. She was in Martha Graham's company. I don't know if that's like playing with Miles Davis. Martha Graham was the inventor of modern dance. Legendary.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to know.
Oh.
Yeah. All right, so it's going to look more like this, which will give us, and we want the arms just to be hanging. See, we don't want to be like this. We don't want to be like this. We don't want to do anything other than let the body show us. So we're somewhere in here. All right? Now, a good way to get the grip is, and I don't know if we've talked about this. Just had a student commenting yesterday about feeling some of this stuff. Before I introduced him, I'd already introduced him to this, but within a different context. So if you just put the stick down on the surface, okay, now watch what you just did. These are the subtleties. You kind of put it down and pushed in, and I saw your arm go up. Now I know the arm might countervail, so be careful of that. So and you're twisted back out again. Come on. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. And the stick doesn't follow the forearm completely. No, careful with this stuff. The hand will go like this. Okay, so maybe this will cure it too. All right. See, it's too bent. Come in a little, like that. Okay, I'll give you a Dick Wilson thing. Here's one way he'd have you get it. Try this. Try different things. Differences. So I'm just like this. Yeah. Right. And now I'm gonna pull with my fingers. I guess you'd be here somewhere. You pull in with your fingers. You pull in. So maybe you don't want to use your arm. You just want to pull in like that. Okay. Kind of gives you your positioning. Gives you some kind of positioning. That's another way to consider it. Anyway, so what we're going to do, let's stay with where we were, which was I just asked you to put the stick on the surface. So we're half inch, we're always starting at the floor. Half inch parallel, bead to butt end. Looks pretty good. Now just touch the surface. See, here's an example where I don't see the arm moving very much at all, right? There. Yeah, just touch. Now leave it there. Just leave it there. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to bend forward. Can you do that? No, you can't. Okay, here we go. This will really help your grip, your overall concept. Might fix whatever's going on here. Might straighten out what is in need of not being too straight. All right, so watch what happens. Go ahead and put your hand on the stick like this. Yeah. You're just holding the stick normally. Now, what would happen if don't go into your weird thing? Just you was looking really good, and then you decided I can fix this, but it didn't need fixing. It was really good. It's just normal. Okay. Just here. Take your hand up off this. Just hold the stick. Hold the stick with the other hand. So it's like a bicycle handle now, and you're just going to put your hand on it, like that. There. See, it doesn't look all freaky now. It looks really healthy, like just like that. Real simple. Okay, now what you're going to do is the thumb and first finger connect. You can think of them, even though they're not the fulcrum in this technique. But we're going to go around the thumb and first finger. Go around the thumb and first finger. How do you do that? No, the stick has to stay flat. So it's a bicycle handle. There it is. You got it. Come on, all the way up. All the way up. No, the stick doesn't get the bicycle handle. It ain't going to move. There it is. Come back down. Come back down. Just go up a little less. There, so that's it. Come back down. That's good. See, it's like you're going around the stick, right? What happens when you go up? Analyze what's happening in your hand. What's happening right there? Stop. Stay there.
Fingers opening, and I can feel it. on my finger there. On my middle.
Yeah, you feel it in the middle finger. You can feel it in all the fingers. You can feel it on the pad of the fourth, the tip of the fifth. Okay? See, the fingers, to accommodate that motion, would open up. And you're not opening them up. They have opened up from the wrist. See, this is the tricky thing about fingers. It's not like the fingers are frozen in time. The fingers react to the wrist in whatever natural way they do. Can we just use fingers? Well, yeah. But let's start by just learning how the fingers work as they relate to the wrist. So we can get this idea of just turning and allowing the stick to rebound and not have to pull for every note with your fingers, or turn your wrist for every note. It's Murray would call it half the effort, twice the speed. Now don't let go of your thumb and first finger. Keep them on there. Yeah, that's all. See? Okay, so that really gives you your feeling of a grip, right? When you come back down. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to just bend forward. So you can take your hand off the stick now. I think you're feeling it. And don't be uncomfortable, not that much. Just bend forward a little. A little more, just a tiny bit more. Keep the button. Yeah. Now, if you lift the bead up, what happens? Just back to the floor. Come on. Starting to look all twisty again. Okay, get back to the floor. In other words, you're at the floor. Find the floor. It's lower. The floor is somewhere down in here. Half an inch, bead to butt end. There. Touch the surface. Roll forward. Roll forward. There you go. Now lift the bead up off the surface, back to the floor. Just to the floor. That's not the floor. It's 5 inches above. That's the floor. Try it again. Roll forward. Touch. Roll forward. Lift it up just half an inch above the surface. There, you see? See how the hand kind of closed?
Yeah.
Okay, you're a little high. You're a little too high above the floor. So that's where that marker might come in handy. You have to figure out, where is the floor? Somewhere down in there. Roll around. You'll figure it's half an inch. Be closer, because your tendency is to be too far. Now, instead of doing this, just roll your wrist out. Okay, yeah. You see, we don't want to play too much like that. Murray and Dick would call that playing around the barrel. And now you got that. But it's probably just as bad as doing this, right? We just want to be natural. Okay, so that looks really good right now. All right. Okay, so you have that feeling. No, don't go twisting out. Just let it be natural. Right? And that gives you that gives you your grip. Right? That helps you feel how the hand works. You can see Dick doing this in one of the videos with me. Kevin, until you relax and feel what your fingers would do, it's not going to happen. So if he's there, Dick Wilson is demonstrating this in one of my videos, right? And I think if you're too far twisted out, you wouldn't feel too much of that. You need to be kind of straight to feel that. All right, so if you like that, more like that, you just fix to the left. Come on, straighten it out a little, or unstraighten it, or whatever you're going to call it. Okay, no, not that, the other way.
Right, yeah.
There, you come on, straighten the wrist, or unstraighten the wrist. Okay, each student has their own little interesting idiosyncrasies. Okay, we got it. Now let's play. Enough theory. Let's just put this into practice. So we're going so it's 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, I've got this grip. 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, your metronome is not bad. See, it's getting better. But I want you to keep working on, I call it straightening out, which is not right, because you're too straight. I don't want this to be straight. I want natural contour. Call it natural contour, perhaps. See, I have to make up particular names for each particular idiosyncrasy. Okay, natural contour, don't give me this. Just be natural. There you go. Half an inch, show me the floor. Come on, don't go twisting out. The floor has nothing to do. The floor has nothing to do with this, David. The floor has nothing to do with this. The floor has to do with the forearm will be at the floor. The stick is an extension of the forearm, and then we want to find where this is. Where is that? Like that. It's okay. Okay. Play the first iteration, or the first exercise.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Natural contour. Maintain a natural contour. Let it come in a little. Most guys, it's the opposite, you know. It's getting better. It's not bad. See, now your stick isn't bouncing all over the place. Now your right comes up right to the top of that post, and your left is where the post is coming in handy, right? The left is coming up higher than the post. Come on, natural contour, natural contour. Relax your left arm, relax your left arm. Let it hang there. That's good, yeah. So you have the patience to do that? That's it. Natural contour. Come on, find it. No, it's the opposite of that. Okay, but let your arms hang to find it. Arms, they'll teach you. If you leave them alone, they'll show you. Okay, so it's looking much better than when you first came in with the stick bouncing all over the place. Okay, good. So now we're moving on to the next iteration, the first iteration. Okay, so now we have 1, 2, 3, and. So that was a little fast. 1, 2, 3, and. 1, 2, 3, and. Ah. See, I had to find it. My first run through, just a little fast. So what? As long as you notice, so what? If you don't notice, now you're in trouble. Okay, nothing gets tighter. The contour, the natural contour doesn't change. Just let everything hang and turn your wrist. There you go. Did I ask you to go out and get one of these? If anyone would go out and do it right away, it'd be you. 2-pound weight?
No, you didn't, but I did bring a hammer because I caught some other talk about it, and I weighed the hammer, and the hammer's about 1 pound. And that puts it about 8 times the weight of one of my sticks. And it's got a loaded front end, meaning
Of
that
course.
guy up there. And so it's not balanced. So that really gets you really feeling. I got this idea actually from a wrist doctor. A friend was doing strengthening exercises, and the wrist doctor recommended a small hammer to literally do this motion to get the wrist strength back.
Well, you see, don't keep doing that. No, keep just what you were doing. Sit up, sit up, sit up.
Oh.
Your wrist looks, the contour looks more natural now. Interesting.
Pop it over on. Let's try the bad hand. I haven't even tried this yet.
Well,
I haven't even tried this.
It's not a bad hand. And you should duplicate the exercise with the hammer on the side like that. Don't change the experiment. See, your hand isn't all twisted out. You've got to manage all that weight. So that's pretty good. Okay. All right. But you should go get one of these for some other reason.
I'll get a 2-pound weight.
I know you will. If anyone will, it's you. All right. But that's cool that you got your camera with a loaded front, of course.
Loaded front end, yeah. It's got that mass. That mass arm. The moment arm is longer in a way. I think is what they call it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're playing the first iteration. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and. Go for it. Nice natural contour. All you're doing is lifting up that weight and letting it come back. The hammer shows it to you. So what you'll notice is when you use the hammer, When you use the hammer, yeah, pull out the hammer. See, it doesn't go flying around because you kind of have to hold on to it just to make this motion, right? See, it doesn't go flying around. But when you pick up a stick, and of course, it's a stick, it's not a hammer. We have fingers, but I start to see it kind of starting to fly around a little. See, flying around? That's not what the hammer looked like. The hammer looked like, I have to lift this thing up. It's just sitting in my hand. It's like, see, it's just sitting in my hand. Here, just try that. And take your thumb off. Take your thumb off. You can go into half turned over if you want, I don't care. Yeah, see how it's just laying in your hand? All the fingers, right? First finger too, all the fingers. Yeah, but just right. See, it's laying in your hand without the thumb. Now you have to lift that up and bring it down. Just up to your top of your post. There. See, it doesn't go flying around. It's like centrifugal force. Okay, don't go up higher right now. Don't change the experiment on us. Let it lay in there. Now keep doing that for a sec. Only up to the top of the post. See how it lays in there? Now make a strike. You see? Now it's not flying around. Now it's the hammer. All you do is put your thumb on and turn like that. Don't come up higher. Don't come up. See? It's not flying around. Now you're feeling the weight of the stick laying in the hand. It's different than what you were just doing. So it's smoother. You have to leverage up that weight. Wrist is a fulcrum. Don't come up higher. Determined to feel something that you want to feel down there. You got it. Okay, go ahead and play the first iteration. 3 and counting. 1 and 2 and 3 and.
1 and 2 and 3 and.
Don't lose. Don't start throwing the stick around like it's
not a hammer.
Like it's not a hammer. Yeah, see, this isn't fast. You can leverage it up and come down with it laying in the hand. But I bet you could play that without your thumb on. Probably at that speed and that height. It just lays in there. Yeah, see? Now just comfortably put your thumb on across from the first finger. And don't lose that. Okay, now we're going to go to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't start banging it. It's just lift up that hammer and let it come back down. You could do it without the thumb. Probably. Yeah, see? Now it's nice and smooth. That's it. You got it.
34.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't come up higher. Okay, 5. 4 and, sorry. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and.
1, 2, 3, 4 and.
Don't start banging. Just lift it up a little faster. It'll come down. It'll come down at the speed you lift it up. You're coming up too high in the left. Okay, now 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't go banging. Don't go banging. It's not going to get louder. It shouldn't get louder, just faster. Okay, 5 and. Yeah. Don't get louder. If you were really following procedure, to get louder, you're not. The only way to get louder would mean you'd have to turn higher. Now you're quieter because you're lower. See? That's this technique. This technique, volume comes from how high you turn. So turn to the top of your post. I'm kind of liking that post. Come on, right to the top of the post consistently. That's too high. Figure it out. There. Left, right has it beautifully. Left's always a little higher. Come on, find it. Relax. You'll figure out how to do it. Come on now, sit up. Okay, 1 and 2 and now where will we? 5 and? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and? Don't come up higher. Don't come up higher. Looking good. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and? 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5 and? Come on, starts with one hand, then ends with the other. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and. Oh, come on. Don't come up higher. There it is. No, then it starts right.
Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You got it. Okay. Okay. And now 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3.
Come on, 6. 6 in each hand. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you can count each hand. Now don't start throwing that stick around. It's still a hammer. Relax your left elbow. Come on, relax. You don't need it to do this. This is a wrist turn. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, stretch it out. It's good. Yep. Yeah. See, the speed is there, isn't it? Six. Don't hang on the last one to prove that you have it. Okay, now 6 hand. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hand. There it is. Helps if you count, but come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hand.
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6 hand. Now you're going into that macho. I got it. Don't do that. Everything we did was, don't think macho. Think elegant is the new macho. Okay. You want to get something happening. You relax, and in that sense, you make your point. Okay, now 7. Where's 7? See, every time you stop, it's a moment to sort of feel some of what I'm feeling now, right? There's that moment. There's a burst of energy, and then there's back to the floor. And what do you feel at the floor? Do you feel this? I don't think you should. I think you should let that there. Now, just stop for a sec. Just let it rest in your head. See, that's what it feels like when you stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a rest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it rests. You see? That's your chance to rest. So, no, you're twisting out in the left. Just let it, yeah, keep it there. Turn that wrist straight. It just doesn't turn this way. It turns this way. More like that, okay. Go for it, 7. And take a moment in between each burst of energy. 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Relax. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Relax. 7 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and. I want to feel what the relaxation feels like. It's as important as the playing, believe it or not. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and. You're going to feel it right in here, David. You're going to feel it right in here. That's where you want to send your concentration right towards this 3-finger area. Just go for it and just notice. Predominantly, this is where you're feeling it. Not back here. Not the ring finger and the 5th. It doesn't have much to do with it. You're holding it here, really. Yeah, you see? You don't really need that. So that's where you're feeling. See? There you go. Come on, 7 and. Feel it up in there. 7 and. Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There
1,
you
2,
go.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh.
Right in here. Right in here. Can you do 8? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's really not that fast. Come on, right in here. Don't start leveraging with your elbows. Let them hang. Let them hang. It's just this. It's just this. Look. It's just this. Just this. Tap, 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 tap. There you go. There you go. There you go. Right up in here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5. Don't go leveraging. Don't give me the like the animal to protect itself, puffs itself up. Okay, you're getting the idea now. You say okay. So we're gonna keep working on that, but we're gonna pop the metronome up to 40, from 40 to 44 this week.
44.
So not now, because I want to keep moving. But yeah, you see, you've increased your speed. The focus is to not be doing this, is to relax. Spend some time setting yourself up with this feeling of moving around the stick. We just lay the stick on the surface, go around it, not too much. No. See, I'm all in here. You're waving your stick up in the air. My stick is not going to go anywhere. It's down in here. Get my grip. I lower it onto the surface. I move around it, and then I lift the beads back up to the floor to notice what it feels like in here. Yeah, there you go. You're getting it. Okay? So that's good. Now, we're moving on to the alternating flam. I want to get you onto this page. Do you have the Fate and Flam page?
Flam page.
What did I do with it? Okay. Yeah.
There it is. Bam. All right.
Okay, so intellectually, you remember that the oh, you're killing me. Ladies, try to control yourselves, please. At me. We'll talk about, because the crab, the at is interesting. I think I'm a little too old to really understand. There's probably a little bit of significance to that, but thank you so much. Look at that.
I shrunk it a little though, that at, after your suggestion. I made it a little smaller and redid the font a little.
I've been thinking about it, so thank you. That is so cool. Yeah. That's awesome.
Link in the description.
We're gonna make a fortune. It's gonna be incredible. Shark Tank. Who knows what next? All right. So what we've got going is we have the flam, and intellectually, we're marrying the intellect with feeling, which is what makes art so appealing to some of us. You know, it's not just a matter of math. It's not just a matter of painting whatever you feel, blindfolded, although, you know, an elephant can paint. So what do I know? They put the brush in the elephant's trunk and it goes, it's like Picasso, oh my God. But what we're doing is we're bringing the two together. So we want to helpful to, you don't have to understand what you're doing as long as you're doing it. But for purposes of study, I like to know what it is I'm doing. And so a flam is, did you memorize it?
One stick higher than the other.
One hand high, the other hand low.
One hand high, the other hand low.
You don't want Dick Wilson yelling at you. You'd have to say that. He'd be happy, but he'd still correct you. One hand high,
low.
one hand high, and the other hand low. And the way we get height in this technique is not just by lifting the stick up or doing a molar. We get height. One hand high would mean we're raising. See, we start at the floor, and we raise, and then we make a blow. Okay, that's one hand high. The other hand that's low is what we just worked on, which is only now we're just tapping even smaller. Don't be twisted. Just be nice and straight. But the arm, thinking that doing something here with your arm. Find your arm. Find your arm. Now, when you bring that arm up, do you feel it on your body? So it's right there. You can feel it right across from the word me. Yeah, see, it's come out a little. Why did it come out when you lifted your arm? Wouldn't it just stay exactly where it is? Why would it do this? It's hanging, and now it's not hanging. See, I want it to stay hanging like that. Now, if within that context, yeah, that fixes, to some extent, that fixes a twisty thing. So relax your elbow. Don't hold it in, but don't be leveraging it out or using it for leverage by pushing it out. Okay, now you look like Buddy Ritz, just sitting there, right? Okay. Now, one hand low is just making a little tap, just like we worked on with our singles. And the other hand, in a sense, because this whole thing is a wrist turn, you see, when you turn up high, which you were doing a bunch, and I said, don't turn that high. Not that there's anything wrong with it, because at the beginning I told you your post might need to be higher so you can learn how to turn high too, because we turn. So the throw has that big turn in it. Typically, if we're making a big throw. Okay, but we bend first. See, so if you were holding your hammer, it would feel so heavy. Ugh, it would weigh you down. And then you're going to turn up? No. Remember, I told you that this is where the forearms have to be considered. If you want the forearm to be completely dead, maybe that'll give it to you. Because if, in a sense, it's reacting to your wrist. So it's, I don't know, the dog wagging the tail is wagging the dog. But what's happening is, at a certain point, as I told you, the forearm will get engaged, especially in traditional. So we can get up to here. We can match this, right? Has to come up. Now, if we're going to bend forward and feel the weight of that hammer hanging here, that loaded head of the hammer, real particularly heavy, I guess. Yeah, arms just hanging. Just come up and feel the weight of the head of the hammer. Okay. And now when we cock our wrist to the ceiling, what's going to happen? More like that. Your arm isn't going to straight down. You're bringing this thing up. You don't even know what's happening. See, a kid might just do that, and there you go. And then the whole thing comes clunk down. You get all that weight for free. There you go. Not too bad. Boom. All right. So put a little tap ahead of that with your right, and that's a flam. Come on up, like I showed you. There you go. Not bad. Not bad. Stay nice and stay at the floor in your right. Look at your right. It's not all twisted out now. It's nice and good, nice and normal. It was for a minute. Okay, throw in the left. Throw in the left. Get up there. Oh, you come on. You got to give me a big throw. There you go. And just tap in front of that. Smaller tap. No, show. See, I know I had you going up and down, right? That's not what we're doing quite yet. We're not turning this into a single stroke. Show me what the right is going to do. Your right is gorgeous. Don't change your right. See, it's not twisted. It's normal right now. It's beautiful. No, smaller, smaller, half an inch. It's a tiny tap. Just a little more. Up to come down. Up to come. That's all you're going to do in the right. Your right's really normal. And look at your left. Make a throw on your left now. Finish the throw on your left. Boom. Now go the other way. Now go the other way. Okay, now the other way. Stop with the appoggiatura, the grace note. Stop making it too loud. It's tiny. Do you know what a flam does? I'm going to give you another Richard Wilsonism.
Makes the note fatter. It just makes it a little longer, thicker.
You've been watching my videos. Come on, you can admit it. That's really good. I don't care how you get the knowledge, as long as you have. Right, it thickens the note. So if you're going to do this to make this one downstroke thicker, and you go, that ain't it. That's like playing two notes. What we're doing is creating just a feeling of thickness. So you can barely turn too much. Your appoggiatura is way too high. No. They call that a rock flam. Are you one of those rock guys? Stop with the rock flam. We're doing, first let's learn this flam. I know you can do that. Okay, it's that small. Go ahead and make a big throw on the left. And the tiny, like that. See how easy? Now do that, the mirror image the other way. Too high in your left. There you go. Okay, you got it. You're in the right direction. So you're at 40. Let's see. I wanted to get into more of this. Boy, it takes a while. So we have See here, I'm not making up. I could make the upstroke. It seems a little premature. At 40. Flam, you got to make a little appoggiatura. But that's good, really. That's all that's happening, isn't it? You're throwing in each hand. And the other note makes a tiny little note. Other hand makes a tiny little note. No, the appoggiatura is tiny. Now you're putting me on. Go for it.
Just getting distracted here. Yes. Okay.
One hand high, the other tiny. You have to throw in each hand. So just throw in each hand for a minute. Throw in each hand, just the throw. Right, left. Feel the weight of the hammer as you go up, then lift that construct up. Let the forearm follow. It's nice and there you go. There you go. Let it cascade down. It looks really good. All you have to do is, while the one hand is doing that, the other makes a tiny tap. Tiny, no, it's tiny. But I know you'll get it because your throws look really good. Well, we could just go over and over one way if you want. But maybe that's the best. There you go. No, oh, okay. The one hand really has to make an honest to goodness throw, and the other hand makes a little tap. So exaggerate the throw. Give me a big throw. That means you have to lead with the wrist, let the stick, leave the bead down as you go up for your throw. There's one. There, it's getting there. Got to raise the right. Now raise the left. Raise the left. Raise the right. Raise the left. No, I mean a throw in the left. There it is. Feel that. Now do that in the right. You got it. Now in the right. And you just proceed each tap. Coming, it's coming. Okay, so let me figure out a way to get you there, because you've had some good ones. Okay, I want to get through this page, but right now there's no rush. I have to try to not get too excited either, because it's not going to help you. So I have to just relax and help you calmly along the way. All right. So here's one way we could get it. Here's Murray has you going. So if we're at 40, I have to solidify this flam before we can move on. So we're at 40. Tap, 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 and a click goes by. Tap, clap. Now the left's going to raise. Tap, click, tap. You could just relax and contemplate. Tap. So you're going to go. It could be a half note, or if the metronome's a quarter note, then we're playing quarter notes with a quarter note rest. So metronome on a 40. Crabb. Come on, give me, no, it's all one way. 1, click. 2, click. See, it gives you time to make a proper throw in your right. Click. Then we're going to do 4 throws in the right. Got to come on up, lead with the wrist. 1, got one. 2, smaller in the left. 3, smaller in the left. You got it. 4. Now go the other way. 1, got to raise, 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 small and low. There you go. There you go. 3, one more. 4, now you're going to go the other way. Raise in the right, smaller in the left, like you just did. There it is. There it is. Come on, left is tiny. There it is. There it is. Now go the other way. I'm getting excited again. Relax your elbow in the right. Just relax. Let everything hang. There. See? It's nothing. Now go the other way. There it is. There, see? Ah, it's starting to come on. Little in the left. Tiny turn. Arms relaxed. So we're just going tap, tap, tap. All one way. Tap, tap, tap. Maybe we'll just do 2. 1, click, 2, click, 1, click, 2, click, 1, click. Then we could go both ways. 2, click, 1, click, then the other way. So maybe that's our exercise. We'll do 4 with a rest in between. Then we'll do. What did I do? 1, click. Then we do 2. Throw in the right with a rest in between. Then throw in the left with the flam, click. Then we're going to do a throw in the right with a click in between, and then a throw in the left. Just really simple. But that's where this is going, you see? We're just trying to feel a throw in one hand and a little turn. So we can start to get, eventually that'll turn into upstrokes. Okay, but not yet. I just want you to get, no, but it's really good. See, enjoy the success. You know that there's another place to go, but you're not ready to go there. And to have the patience to not go there is really mature. And, you know, I understand the difficulty of relaxing into what eventually will become the perfect flam. I have a t-shirt, perfect flam.
Perfect flam.
Turning off the camera. Good job, David.
Thank you.
You're welcome.